Good morning, everyone. Joel Thorsen here from Bliss Search. Hope you are keeping well as always during these interesting times that we live in. I've got another video for you today. This one's going to probably be a bit longer, so probably need to set aside probably around 20 minutes or so, but those of you that know me know that I can chat, so I'll try and keep myself in line. Today we're going to talk a little bit more around, well, what sort of digital marketing activities can you look at the moment whilst you might be not as busy with not as many people coming down to the region from the big smoke. And it's such a great time to actually just sort of stop and assess what are we doing in our digital marketing piece. What content do we have? How are we kind of sharing that? How are we becoming visible online, and kind of what opportunities there are for you? I'll have kind of two focuses today. We'll look at what I refer to as the organic piece. So organic is kind of unpaid marketing, as in you're not directly paying, say, a Facebook or a Google to advertise with them. So how can you increase your visual presence from an organic perspective? But I'll also touch on some of the paid channels as well, just so that you either see it as an opportunity to maybe have a look at, or at least understand what you can get out of it. I do have a deck to take you through today, and I will make that deck available in the comments section below. I'll put a link in there for you to access, and feel free to take that. All the links that we go through in the presentation today will be available in that deck. Even if it is a PDF, you'll be able to click them and have a play. So this, as I said, this is a time to up your digital marketing game. So let's kind of get into it. If you want more insights or info or anything on myself or Bliss, just check out blisssearch.com.au. I've talked about kind of how we want to assist you today. This session is really about assisting you. That's why Liz and Julia and Lee and the team at GORRT have asked me to do these sessions. We're here to help. So this is all about your learning, and that's the key thing out of today. Also, you can leave any comments or questions in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to answer them. But as I said, leverage and understand organic and paid. Understand the best place to target your audience, and start driving interest to your business, and then hopefully either now through regional visitation or when the city opens up again, you continue to grow and get some business coming through. Just to recap, now I understand a lot of you will understand a lot of these things we talk about today, and you might think, oh, Joel, this is we already know all this stuff, but I'm kind of keeping it top level, and I'm more than happy to drill down on other bits and pieces if there's any demand for that as we move forward. So what is digital marketing? It's a marketing of products or services using digital technologies, obviously on the internet, but also including mobile phones, display advertising, and any other digital platform. So I thought I'd put that in there to kind of recap where we're at. Okay, let's get into it. How are people searching for information? Well, obviously the key one is Google search, and we've done many presentations on this in the past. I'm not going to go into significant detail here, but obviously people in the metro areas, and we're seeing this with trends at the moment, there's a lot of planning going on up there. A lot of websites that clients that we work with, their websites are really seeing an uplift in traffic at the moment. Not necessarily more conversions or leads or sales as such, but they're seeing interest. So it's certainly time to be capitalizing on that. So just to recap with Google search, there's kind of two main areas that are relevant for you in the Google search space. And one is Google Ads piece. So when you do a search such as accommodation, Apollo Bay, I'll just bring that up a little bit. You're going to get our guys like booking.com and the other aggregators coming up in here. You'll also see that guys like Point South, which I believe is an actual facility destination as such, they're advertising against that term as well. So that's probably actually a really good thing. Usually when we do these type of searches, for things like accommodation, Apollo Bay or Otways or Lawn or whatever it may be, we tend to see the aggregators in here a lot more. So it's actually really pleasing to see some local people advertising against that. Now, just as an FYI, I can see with some tools here that search term actually gets just over 6,500 searches a month on average across 12 months, last 12 months. So quite smart of Point South to be advertising against that particular term. Google Ads can be quite an expensive platform, and I know some of you may have dabbled with that and experienced that. It is a platform you need to do right. So my one bit of advice there is that you seek professional help with your Google Ads setup, as opposed to doing it yourself if you are not really familiar with the platform, because there's so many 1%ers in the Google Ads platform that if you do incorrectly, it'll end up costing you a lot more. So good opportunity if you can take bookings, or you want people, if you want to be getting leads or phone calls or whatever it may be, Google Ads is a great option for that. It obviously also allows you to geo-target. So I'm not sure. I live in Barwon Head, so I'm out of the metro area. So I'm not sure if Point South, in this example, are actually targeting metro, but they're certainly showing for me here in the greater Geelong area. So yeah, good on them there. So there's your paid piece, and then you go into your organic piece. I actually didn't plan this, but obviously one of the sites we work with on Great Ocean Road, Visit Apollo Bay, is ranked up there #1 in organic, which is really great to see. And that will click through obviously to that website. So there's no cost there for the team, direct cost for the team at Great Ocean Road or Apollo Bay there for that click. That is earned through having the right content on their website and the right optimization piece as well. So I'll look at another example of that in a moment, but they're the two pieces there. So Google Ads, great platform, really targeted. You can get people doing real intent-based search terms. What I mean by that is people typing accommodation, Apollo Bay, we can assume, are interested in going to stay there. So if you're relevant for that, or if you're outdoor adventures, Otways, if it's restaurants, Torquay, whatever it may be, if there's some really specific words that you relate to, Google Ads is great for that. Okay. Further on from there, looking at things like different search terms around things to do in places or top 10 lists. I've done a number of presentations with a lot of you before around content on your website. I know it's a drainer to have to sit there and go, oh, we have to create lots of content, but it still is the king, if you like, content. So you can see here, I just did a random search. I'll just see if I've linked it up. Yes, I have. For things to do in lawn, basically the first organic listing here is from the team at mantra.com.au, and you can see that they've just written a blog post, which is the top 10 things to do at lawn. And due to a number of factors, that blog post is now ranked #1 for those guys, and they would be getting some really good traffic out of that. And again, I've got a special tool here that's the keyword planner, which we've talked about before in presentations. If anyone wants more information on how to get those keyword data, please message me. But yeah, so the things to do in lawn is getting roughly 1,600 searches a month. So, that's smart by the guys at Mantra. And it doesn't mean you have to be the size of Mantra and all that sort of thing to be getting that cut through, as long as you're doing the right things from a content perspective and you're writing great, engaging, natural content, and you need to do a few optimization things around that. But you will get listed in there if you're doing the right thing. So certainly a good opportunity. So with search, either be considering things like Google Ads to get in front of the right people around the right keywords in the right area really quickly, or if you're a little bit quieter at the moment and you do have the functionality on your website, start writing some blogs or some articles around the top 10 things to do in your area. There's a whole bunch of keywords that would be available, and I've given you some great tools in the past on that, and I'll put a couple of links in the description below as well. One of the other things that's really interesting now is the rise of YouTube, particularly as it stands now. YouTube's the second biggest search engine globally. So it's the second top destination that people are coming and searching in and around particular keywords. So I thought I'd just take a quick example here and look at something, slightly different, but really specific. And I did a search in YouTube. I'm hoping you can see it there. It's for the Great Otway National Park camping. So this could be someone that's in research phase, thinking about taking themselves or the family up into the bush for a bit of camping. And what you'll see here is there's videos that are obviously dedicated to this. And what's really interesting is the amount of views that these videos are getting. So if I go straight to that bottom one there, which is the Otway National Park, Great Ocean Road 4x4 Adventure, last year, 2019, it's had 13,000 views on YouTube. Camping in the Otways, 3.9 thousand views. The Otways, Weekend Waterfalls, Camping Adventure, We Will Roam, 10,000 views. So that, again, if you have content sitting there in and around what you do, whether it's an experience or even your operation, where you can showcase that, leverage it, use it, get your videos up on YouTube. They sit there, it doesn't cost anything. And, you can see that just by titling it the correct way, Camping in the Otways, Otway National Park, the Otways, Weekend Waterfalls, there's some keywords in there. You can see that, these guys would be getting a fair bit of traction out of that as well. So again, always be considering YouTube, and always be considering that one piece of content you make can actually then deploy across multiple channels. So it is an investment. If you do a video, you're going to put it on YouTube, you're going to put it on Facebook, you might put it on Instagram with IGTV as well, and really spread the message out there. So I know we talk a lot about content and I harp on about it, but it really is at the core for organic success, as in if you're not forking out money for every click, it's definitely the best way to go about it, particularly with phones these days. The quality is really good. You can do a lot of really great recording on there. The other place we're seeing that people are obviously searching for is things like Facebook. Excuse me one moment. So Facebook, people particularly engage with when they're in an area. So for example, I've given a sample here, which is the search term restaurants Torquay. And you can see Growlers come up there, Pepper's Front Beach, and all these other places that are coming up instantly. And we are seeing a rise in people actually staying true to the platform, i.e. Facebook, and utilising it a lot more for things like finding out where to go and have an experience or where to eat. So again, obviously, most of you will be on Facebook, but ensuring that is optimized from an organic perspective, and we'll talk about that a bit more later as well. So it's really key to understand all these different platforms and how people are accessing. Another one which I actually personally use a lot, I'm not sure whether any of you guys do, but particularly coming to something like Instagram and actually searching hashtags. Because I then feel if I search a hashtag, I've just given the example here of hashtag Anglesea, I get a true representation. Well, you could argue it's not so true on Instagram, but an unbiased representation of the area. And when I did this hashtag search for Anglesea, I mean, look at the photos and imagery you're seeing straight at the top there. It's really, really great quality. It's people enjoying the area. If that doesn't, apart from that picture, if that doesn't kind of excite you to get into the area, nothing will. So yeah, it's definitely worth ensuring that all your posts are hashtag correctly, and not only include geographical hashtags like Anglesea, but things to do Anglesea, places to stay, accommodation Anglesea, all those hashtag terms. And generally platforms now, when you're typing those in, will give you the suggested hashtags along with the amount of posts that they have on them. So generally the higher volume of posts, the more eyeballs are seeing it there. So hashtags are a great one, particularly on Instagram. But let's just try that again. Okay, technical difficulty, bear with me, always the way. Sorry, I've got a slide that's not working there, so I was just going to skip that. It was just going to look at the Pinterest channel as well. There's still some activity across there. We tend to see that more in the sort of home daycare, furniture, inspirational style stuff, but there is still a lot around travel and tourism on that platform. So again, from an organic perspective, I strongly suggest you have a presence on there, because it will definitely help. They do offer paid advertising on Pinterest now, but I'm yet to see a success story on that. Not saying that there isn't any, but I'm yet to see any.